I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Yo, what's up? King Cino, Captain America. Let's go. No. Let's get back to the narratives, right? There's so many narratives that are told that don't usually measure up. As I stretch out and go on this walkabout. Now, let's get things in order the way they should be. First off, shout out to you guys. Man, y'all keep everything moving the way it's supposed to. That's first and foremost. And now, let's talk about Cudi. Now, here's the problem. You see, Kid Cudi is upset and frustrated that he's finna put out an album with no features. And he's acting like it's his decision. Saying that, man, my last album, I had people on there that I ain't talked to in years, man. I'm like he's doing them the favor of making them a feature on his album. So he's like, man, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like he's making it seem like, okay, they the ones that's crazy. Now, Cudi situation is all flipped over because of the Diddy trial. Oh yeah. This is everything to do with the Diddy trial. Now, to get you guys caught up to speed or reference to what we're speaking about, Kid Cudi had a situation in which he was clearly caught into a catch-22. Now, being caught in a catch-22 is different because when you're caught in this catch-22, you're stuck usually in some type of conundrum that you're not able to get out of. There were many different elements that came into the situation. See, Kid Cudi testified on the stand against Diddy. They looked at him as a rat. And because of that, and because of those notions of basically making him a rat, yes, because of those notions, that's when it became something else. No one else even had a complaint about it. Ooh, sorry about that. Almost dropped. Nobody seemed to have a complaint about it like everybody else seemed to really be up in arms about the situation. But like we were saying, there wasn't a reason for people to take such a route. Kid Cudi was not somebody anybody was checking for as an artist. To be honest, let's just be honest here. Kid Cudi is, you know, he made good alternative music, like Into the Spidey verse and all of that. Like that's his type of music. That's reaches these young generations. Nobody had a problem with Cudi's music. Cudi's activities is the reason why. Nobody from Atlanta want to deal with him. They don't want to be around him. Too much going on, and he's at the forefront of it. You know what I'm saying? He's right at the crux of it all. So if you know that, then you know you're dealing with a situation that the older you get and the more you see that you think you have real friends in the industry, you know that you don't. Now, Cudi's activities outside of this, you can go on the Patreon, you already know what it is, you know. Kanye West didn't do him any favors in his dealing and handlings when it came to said person. No, not really. I just try to keep things on an even keel, like I say, and keep it moving forward. So right now, he's got an album, I think it's called Insano, where it's just Kid Cudi. Nobody else is on it. So we'll see what happens for him. But in the community, he's looked at as a rat. To me, I look at him as a liar, not a rat, a liar. I think he lied to himself. He lied to all the people that's normally involved with him. I think he lied to anything that he might have thought he believed in. I don't believe a lot of the things that he said. Definitely believe that he lied on Diddy about burning up his car. Diddy didn't do that. Now, many of people say, well, this has nothing to do with the trial. Why wouldn't it? Why this wouldn't have anything to do with the trial? That's the question that needs to be asked. Why wouldn't it have something to do with the trial? That you think everybody pulled back? You think because everybody was not talking that they wasn't with Diddy? They didn't feel that way? You think people are back rooting for Gunna? Nah, not in certain areas. See, Gunna still can't perform in certain places in ATL at all. ATL is pretty much off the market. So you're starting to see that there's major problems going on. I'm not here for a Kid Cudi album. Cudi is a brokey. Might be. Okay, that rim ain't 10 feet. That rim like 35 feet. Well, we'll see. The problem is once you have certain characters or people that want to identify as a certain thing and they want to go out there someone else, this becomes a growing anomaly. You feel what I'm saying? So now, what they want to do is go through a whole process, right? Spread it out across the globe and make an agenda run. Cudi wants to try to reinvent himself and come back out. And now that the Spider-Man movie, the continuation of a successful Spider-Man movie, is taking so long. It's taken so long to put that film out that it's been nothing but heartache, pain, strife, and people are just exhausted. So now Kid Cudi's big plans have been put on hold because of that. Well, everything is about narratives. And when you go down a certain road with narratives, you're going to see that there are certain things you can't come back from. Definitely. So when people have their own ideals or facility space to do what it is that needs to be done, then they can build the way they want to build. But when you don't, things, well, what they say, the chips fall where they may, they fall where they may. You chose to go on that stand. What did they have on you, Cudi? Why do you go by your name now for your acting projects, Cudi? Tell the world why. You want to use your government name for your acting career because you don't want it to connect to your hip hop career. You want to try to keep those two worlds separate so that you can appear in movies that you know black folks won't be seeing. So when they see Scott McCuddy, nobody's going to think twice about it. There's nothing wrong with that, but there was a reason he did that. He didn't want his hip hop fans or his artists that he see watch him in a movie where he plays a guy that likes another guy. See, when you get to that part of the equation, now it starts to make more sense. He's a guy, he plays a guy dressed up as a woman who likes another guy. Just so he can get more opportunities. Where they could really take advantage of him. Why do you think he was in a Disney Plus series? So when you start seeing scenarios where they call these people gay adjacent, that's what you would call Cudi. He's very gay adjacent. Taking it and giving it. Nah, that's people's fault. As I told him, man, that's up to the people to decide what to do in that situation or what not to do. It's up to them. I want you to be remember that's on you. Nobody else. But no one's gonna you or work with you if your reputation is bad. If you have a bad reputation, who's gonna want to work with you? It's just common sense. I would not work with anyone who's I consider to be unreliable. I can't rely on this person to be there. If this person said we're doing this at 7 o'clock this time on the dot, I can't trust this person is gonna do what he says he's gonna do. That's a problem. If I can't trust this person's gonna do A, B, C, and D, we have a problem. If I can't trust this person over here is going to be 100 with me, or, and this is a business, this is going to hurt my brand being attached to somebody that I got to have to answer for because I'm on his record. They was like, why'd you do an album with a snitch? Well, I didn't know what was going on. Dude, you're a rat. I can't be associated with you. No, that's his decisions. Like I have nothing to do with those. But people do with their time, uh, with the news that they decide they want to go after. Hey, it just makes sense. Just all makes sense now. Well, we'll see. I guess when they say the rubber meets the road, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense going on right now. So you just want to be ahead of the fray when the rubber meets Cassie, or without the rubber. Now, when there are proper requests made, there are proper situations where we are invested in a conundrum. Yeah, I know. Well, if people love their pets, they make sure they take care of their pets. They get them groomed, they get them fed, they give them water. They don't just treat them like they're nothing, you know? They don't discard them and throw them out like trash. Now, well, if people have found a way to make things happen, then this wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't be something that, you know, don't exist. We need things that make sense on both ends of the equation. Now, when you have people that come at you from all different type of angles, right? They provide nothing but the very best for you. And they want your direction to grow. You want your attention to grow. You want your reach to grow. You want your opportunities to grow. What you don't do, and I mean what you don't do, is head down a road that's not usually concise. Exactly. So if Kid Cudi feel like they all were turning on him because of all the events that's happened, who do Kid Cudi need to take that up with? Exactly, his own people. So that being said, I'm up out of here. We'll chat later. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Cudi trying to jump ahead saying that I'm not going to have any features on my album. You don't have any features because they don't want to work with you. Everybody you did work with said, take me off that album. Don't want to be on it. Whatever this insano album is or whatever, take me off. Because I cannot be associated with you when you rat. Yeah, you looked at as a rat. People called you out as a rat. Kanye called you a rat. And you was looked at in a different light. So that's what really happened. I'm out. Thanking you.